Hello everyone. Hello.
Hi everyone. Yeah,
Can you
are we
guys
audible?
please confirm once? Are we audible and visible clearly?
Is it fine? Is the audio fine? Video fine? Hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Finally, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Are we audible? Like, can you just write in the
Yeah.
chat box? Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Thanks a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
So shall we start?
Just no, just wait for
Uh,
2 minutes. So
yeah,
after
let
that,
others join.
yeah. Okay. So I think we good to go, guys? Are we good to go? I'm just asking everyone. Are we good to go?
Please write in the chat box, guys.
Are we good to go? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just a second. Sure. I
Hello,
think
hello, hello
we
everyone.
can
Yeah.
we can start. Yeah.
Yeah. We are starting, okay? So
Yeah.
hello
Let's begin.
everyone. Welcome back to the second talk of our Guide to Placement series. As we all know, this is a joint initiative of all the four chapters of our IEMK CSC department. For the first time in the history of IMK, GDSC, Coach Chef IMK, ACM, and CSI have planned to host events together. One of those initiatives is our very own Guide to Placement series. After the brilliant success of our last session, we are back to witness some more thrill. As we all know, this series is all about our self doubts and our placement related queries. We are aiming to make you aware of the procedure and the real life experiences of our very own seniors who are currently in the professional field.
Okay. So hi everyone. So welcome to the second episode of GDP. So in this series, we basically talk about placements. Yeah, off campus and on campus as well. So let me tell you, and today we are having going to witness our special guest. Her name is Abhilasha. Right. Currently, she is working as an SDE at Google, and she is our own IM alumni from passed out on the year 2018. Right. So let me tell you how we are going to go through it. Like, let me tell you the whole roadmap of the podcast. So the podcast is divided into four parts. Now, the first part will be like we'll be breaking down on Didi's journey, like how did she started about her college life, then how did she get through from college to Adobe. Right. Most of you don't know she was at Adobe. She was working in Adobe before she got into Google. So from IEM she got into Adobe. Then from Adobe she got into Google. So we will break through we will break through in a very quite detailed manner. And next part it will be our Q&A session. Right now, what will be in this Q&A session? We have shared a form with you guys. Right. So there you have asked your questions. So we have picked up some few best questions, right? Some unique ones. So we will be covering that as well, right? So stay tuned for that. Now on the third part, it will be like rapid fire round. All right. So it's really going to be a fun, right? Rapid fire round where we'll be asking some one word answer questions, right? It's really going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. Now on the fourth one, it will be as we promised you guys that you will be able to do live interaction with the. So it will be basically in our Discord stage channel, right? So the Discord link will be provided in the chat box, so you will be able to get access to it, and you will be able to go to the Q&A stage, and you can ask your doubts personally to them. So with that note, we are I think good to go. I guess it's pretty cool. So, but before that, I want to add one more thing. Like at the end, we are going to make some few announcements. Okay, so stay tuned for that as well, and make sure that you like and subscribe the button, subscribe the bell icon. Okay, press the bell icon. Okay. So with that note, let's get started. So Dee, are you ready? I think Dee is Dee here. Yeah, I think she has joined. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi
So
Dee.
Dee,
hi,
are you ready?
hi, hi everyone. I'm Abhilasha and I'll be like helping you in the placement series. And I hope whatever I say today helps you all in some way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
surely it will.
So over to you, Anna.
Okay, so Dee, our first question to you is what was the exact roadmap that you followed throughout the college years?
Okay. So I think there were few wrong ways that I took. I didn't seek for a lot of guidance. I think you should seek for as much guidance as you can at a different time, like and from different people, not just from like your group and your friends. You can seek from seniors, from other people who have been through the same journey. I think you that is one of the good thing. And there was one more thing that I think I did. What I did wrong was I like try to do everything at the same time, which I just don't recommend. So, in my opinion, like at first you should learn the language. Learn the language like you are talking to computer. So you should learn the language, learn the basic syntax, how to do all that. So
Exactly.
that is the that should be your first step. That is kind of the baby step. Then you should learn the data structure that helps you in storing things and talking to the computer in the best way, like in development and all. Like many people, they just jump into development just after learning language. That should not be the case. You should
Exactly.
first learn the basics and build up the foundation. So learn data structure, learn how the language that you learn in that how it is implemented. Then solve questions about data structure, solve question about algorithms after that, and then move on to development, doing projects. That should be the roadmap followed. And at the end, like in sixth semester, every one of us are worried about placement, so just revise all that thing. That
Okay,
should be the
so the I just want to
thing.
ask one thing. Like you said in just now what you said, like you said you were doing all the things at one time. So what were you
I
doing
tried to,
exactly?
but then I tried
Like
to do that, but then I realized that it is not how this is going to work. I was not understanding anything, so I just
yeah, yeah.
stopped it. This was around third semester and fourth semester start. Stopped it all. I was like, okay, again start from the foundation. I had learned the language till then, but there were few things, so I was like, okay, I'll again start from the foundation, and I'll not try to learn all the language at the same time. I'll focus on one thing. That I think that
Okay,
was
that's
most
pretty good.
important.
Pretty good.
Uh,
Which land? Hmm.
you said about data structures also. So we know how we
Yeah.
all are worried about data structures. We all struggle with data structures. So what is your suggestion on that? How we should tackle data structure?
See, my approach during college time was I try to read books. I try to read Geeks for Geeks. I think Geeks for Geeks is one of the best website made to for us students. It's the one of the best website. So I tried to read from Geeks for Geeks. I followed videos of different from YouTube of Tushar Roy and all. So those things helped me in starting with data structure. Then I think you should make topics that are important, and you should solve curated question of those topics first, and then jump to something higher. Like if you are going doing linked list, solve few questions of linked list. Then try to go to higher question or higher tougher problems, or then solve the other topic. So in solving in that way helps always solve on paper with paper and pen, even when you're looking watching video. Take paper and pen, whatever he's saying, he also explains, he or she also will explain on white paper only or whiteboard only. So always do it on with pen and paper. Don't just watch it like sleeping and watch. Don't do that thing. It will
Yeah,
never help,
exactly.
and it will never give you the confidence, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, in a sense, like, which platform did you practice your problem? Only Geek for Geeks or LeadCore or something like that?
No, at the start I did weeks for weeks, but I actually like Scalar Academy's interview bit a lot because in that they have divided different DSAs and questions are there based on like if you go on one, they have questions related to that. Very easy question, then moderate, then harder questions. So they have it in a very curated way. After you have solved that, I think you should go to lead code. That is the holy grail. So
Okay.
the progress in a like small steps, not all at a time.
So you also
Exactly.
mentioned about projects. As a first year, as a second year, a project is a big thing. We don't know how to start or where to start from. So what would be
Yes,
your
I know.
suggestion on that as well? I myself
Okay,
want
so
to know this.
yes, so there's one platform that I found very interesting. I think you guys will too. This one code gym. Search for that. In that small
The,
Uh,
I guess you
I
got
guess you're muted.
muted. I guess maybe.
I think I
Yeah.
was unmuted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So let's start again.
Yeah.
Hannah, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Are you audible
Am
now?
I audible?
I can't hear anyone actually.
Okay. Might be some net issue, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess. Is it
Yeah, I
fine right
think
now?
yeah, I can do it. I am able to now.
Okay. Sure,
So
sure, sure.
there's one good platform, very good platform for just starting out. Code Gym. I think you guys might have heard, might not have heard. So there you can do small game development kind of thing like snakes we have all played in our childhood.
Mm,
You can
yeah.
write code on that. You can Minesweepers. So there are very small games and you can work on that. It will let you know how to write APIs, how to write a class, which function to like make private, which function to make public, all the things, how the codes are modular. So I kind of enjoyed that.
Okay. Okay, I get it. So, did you do any kind in internships, like anywhere? What internships did
I
you have done in college?
I did internship from TCS. They
Okay.
like they started from our time only, but I did from there. They had an aptitude round before that, and after that you can.
We all know, we as a student, we lack concentration. We don't want to read. We want things to do on hands on. Like we like a more
Everyone is
hands
having
on approach. So how to get that? We hate reading. We need the hands on approach. Where can we get that from?
hands-on approach. As I said, code gym is a good platform. We don't like to read book, watch YouTube videos, those are good. Watch like, and they are very interactive, they do it in a very interactive way. But you have to do like whatever you have learned, you have to process it on pen and paper. That's my thing. You just can't write everything on one note or notes and like think, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So, I was just getting this question just now. You said you got into TCS. Like, in which year did you get into TCS? Like, was it in your sophomore year or in your senior year?
It
Like
was
second year or
after
fourth year?
six. It was a third year,
All right, third year. Like,
like
did
third last semester, sixth
so
semester.
like did you apply it off campus or from some LinkedIn or so, or or they came to college and they hired you?
They came to college, and we all
Mhm.
like. It was not just our college that appeared. Other colleges also like Heritage and all appeared. So yeah.
Okay.
The a very booming question that we have among us is how to apply for off-campus internships. Like we only know about LinkedIn. There are various factors that we come across, like referrals and all that. We don't know how those work. Can you tell us about that?
So I have not done a lot of off-campus internship. Like I didn't approach for them, but I think LinkedIn is obviously one of the best. Put your CV. You can put your CV on Naukri also. You can like if you are good in competitive programming, you can take part in them, and they can approach you also through that. Apply through Naukri or LinkedIn, and in for referral, text someone in whichever company you want to go, take someone from that company. They Someone might be interested to help, someone might not be, but you have to take the bet, you need it. So
Nice.
that's it.
Also,
And
there is a
you
huge.
text like I have got a lot of text like hi. Then I send hi, how are you? Don't text like that, bro. I want to say everyone, text like hi. I'm this and this. I'm from this college. I need help with my internship. I am looking. Can you refer me? So those things.
So we can approach you for referrals, right?
People have, and people from our college also have. So yeah,
Okay, then we'll
obviously,
surely keep that in mind.
always open for it.
Also, we know that there's a huge change in the coding culture of college and in the corporate world. So, how to cope up with that change? It's huge. It's very drastic.
Uh, yes, it's huge. Obviously, in college, when you're doing competitive programming, you're just like, I have to get done with it. But when you code in corporate culture, it should be the in the best way possible. It should be crisp. It should be modular. It should be clear. So, and the variable should be good. It should be like, so if someone is reading it, they should be able to understand it. It's not just that you are able to understand it. So those things are obviously there. And so I think taking reading codes from already written code in our company helped me. And then asking my mentors, whoever were there, like, having struggle in this area, can you help me? And people are very helpful, so you can always approach them.
So, Arnavda, you aren't audible. No, you aren't audible.
I guess Arnav is facing a little bit of
Yeah,
issue.
now I'm fine.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine.
Now it's good.
Is it fine?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. Okay, continue,
yeah.
guys.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt.
We also had few questions about gate and preparation for gate. So, what will be your talk on that?
I didn't appear for gate, or I didn't prepare for gate, so I am not the best person to answer that.
Okay, okay. So the I had one question like, how did you get into like Adobe? Like, so you know, how did you get into Adobe? Was it on campus or off campus?
So we applied through CoCubes. We had preliminary test in our college only. That like CoCube arranged it.
Mm-hmm.
It was aptitude plus coding.
Mm-hmm.
And after we qualified for it, they had arranged for an on-campus, they had arranged it in a hotel interview. But yeah, so mostly that.
All right, cool. So,
So,
and did you sit for the placements?
Yes, I
Like,
did. So actually, my placement journey was, I applied to TCS via CodeVita. So I got into it. Then I I sat for placement also. I got into one of the good companies, and then after that, Adobe came. So I sat for that also.
so how was the journey from Adobe to Google? How did that happen?
When I started preparing again for interviews, obviously it was tough, having both your work, which extends to 7 to 8 hours a day
mm,
minimum, and
exactly.
then studying. And you have to study. There is no shortcut path that even if I don't study, I'll get it. You have to study. You have to revise things. You don't. You are not able to apply every DSA in your day job, so you have to revise that. I'm a night owl, so I used to do it during night. You can be both a night owl and early bird and try to do it. It's important. You have to again, the process is same. Read DSA, read system design, read the things that you worked on, and read about the company.
All right, pretty cool. But I was just asking, like, how did you get into Google? Like, was it through a referral or like some other kind of contest you gave and you got through there or something like that?
No, so since I had 2 years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working at Adobe, so many of the recruiters, they reach out to you on LinkedIn if they find fit that you are fit for this job, and if they have recruitment drive going on. So I was texted from the recruiter, and we
Okay.
had a pre-screening round. He asked me very basic questions regarding time complexity, regarding coding and all.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he said I'm good to go, we they arranged the interviews and all.
All
Okay,
right.
so you were asked many questions in the technical rounds as well. So, the important topics
Before
that you can
technical
suggest.
So before technical, even Google has a pre-screening round through HR. So they
Yes,
ask a
yes.
lot of basic time complexity question, like how much, what is the time worst time complexity of merge sort or quick sort, something
Hmm.
like that. And then how would you rate your experience with Java? How would you rate your experience with C++? Based on that, that is the pre-screening round. They are not very tough, and they might give you some small aptitude type thing. Then in interviews, most it is in Google, it is mostly DSA. In Amazon, and in Amazon also, I faced mostly DSA questions. And in many of the companies, like I in PayPal, they give you a small, very tiny project that you have to complete over the weekend, and then you pass them on, and they ask you
Hmm.
questions based on that. So it depends on company to company. Whichever company you're appearing for, always go through Geeks for Geeks last year questions or lead code discussions for last year.
Okay. The which language did you have you done in your college life? Like, was it Java or C++, or it was something Python?
So as you remember, like in the second semester we have C, in the third semester I think we have C plus plus, third or fourth
Yes.
semester, and
It's
then we have
hmm.
Java.
Yeah. Right. Right. Absolutely.
Yes, so I was most confident in Java among all those, so I appeared mostly in that.
Okay.
Now the we know our interviews have been shifted to the online mode in all companies due to COVID. So how is it different, the online interview and the offline interview?
It's
How
much
to prepare
comfortable,
for
I
it
must say.
different?
It's much comfortable
Comfortable.
this way.
Like,
Actually,
how would you rate online mode in out of 10, and offline out of 10?
offline, if I'm confident enough, I think 7 to 8, and online, obviously around 9.
Okay,
So
all
Yeah. Exactly.
because
I
in
get it.
offline you like, first of all, offline is a day long thing, minimum day long thing.
yeah.
You have to appear there in the morning, they, and you can't blame them, you can't blame us, but there's so many candidates, they have to take interviews of all of them, so it takes a lot of time. You sometimes your interview you went there at 8 a.m., your interview is starting at 5 p.m. This also happens, so this is
Yeah.
very exhausting. Whereas in online, they mostly set the time that your interview is going at to be at this time, and they try to arrange the recruiter, like interviewer, at that time. If they are not
Yeah.
able to, they'll call you up. So you can take rest. You can, like, between the interviews also, you can go to mummy or khana do. So
Yeah. Exactly.
that is also, and then yes, confidence level also increases because there is a screen.
Pretty
You
convenient.
There's a screen, they don't
Yeah.
uh, look at your body language much. Some people have like they tremble a bit. I am also one of that person, so that thing also doesn't scare you, so yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the I'm getting some questions from chat, YouTube chat, in our chat box. It's saying that which type of projects to mention in CV first.
Which type of projects? It depends, like whatever you have done, you can mention that, and I think you should maintain a GitHub link,
Hmm.
like where you store all your projects, so that you can give that as a referral in CV. Because they might not go through all that, they will obviously not go through all that, but it increases your credibility that yes, this person has done something. And project, it depends on you. If you are want to do web development, you can give that. If you want to, you are more comfortable with backend, so you can give project based on that. It's not that this project is high level, this project is low level.
Yeah.
So how do we judge? Like we as a youngsters, or we are very noob, right? We don't know much. So whatever little we do, we put in GitHub. So how to approach a big project, or that can be put in CV? How to, what should be the exact approach to that?
This is something that I have learned in my corporate life only. You should always start with, like, writing your problem. Like, what do you want to solve through this project? Break
Hmm.
that problem into small things when you are approaching. Maintain a doc. It is always important to maintain a doc, like how you are trying to do it, and then you can first take one piece, like when we started in Adobe, they had bootcamp for us, where we got to do many projects. So we used to take like one person took one flow and we tried to complete that. And if you're doing that with your friend, both of you should review the code. Like, is it well structured? Is the other person able to like understand it well? And
Hmm.
in that way, you can start it. Don't just start like, "Acha, aaj I will be doing library management system. I'll just start coding." Don't do that. So
Okay.
there's if you want to like as I said, code gym is good, and for low level design thing, I found one YouTube channel of Somajit Bhattacharya. I found it really helpful. You guys can also go and see like how these things are written.
All right. So we will leave all those links in the chat box in the description when you will. So guys, when you will be reviewing this video, so it will be in the description. Okay. So make sure to check that out. So I got another question from chat box is DSA or development? Question mark.
This can't be like, how can you start directly development? When you don't know how to approach a problem, how to solve a problem, you can't directly start development. Start with first DSA, then go on to development. There is not skipping the stairs kind of thing.
All right.
Okay.
So and let's switch to another question. Is a one page resume preferred in industry, or is it better to have a extensive one?
One page. When if someone how you should approach it, your name and qualifications and all, your project name, then the small description of the problem that you solved, and tools that you used. Like, you might have used whatever tool you used for that, you can write that. Mostly this is preferable. Don't write each and every component that you implemented in the project.
Good.
Next question that we have here is, does getting placed at Google requires any special skill set?
That's getting it's not just about Google. I said a lot of time in our discussion also, every good company looks for like a person who can solve problem, and they always like there's one thing, solving problem, right? Like, I'm able to solve this problem, but there are other things like, how are you writing code? What is the architecture of your code? How are you like approaching the problem? Like, are you listening even, are you being interactive with the interviewer? Are you even listening the hints that he's giving, or you're just busy in your own mind? So
Yeah.
those things are important. I have been I have also been rejected in different interviews for like, your code architecture was not that good, your code was not modular. So focus on those things when you are writing a code. And like, good companies, they also most of the time they give blank sheet, or they share a doc where you have to write. It's not the ID. So always try to like focus that whatever you write should be a production level type. Like, it should, if you are running it in ID, it should work. You should write in that way. Follow the follow the edge cases. Always ask any clarifying question that you want to ask at the beginning. Follow
All right.
the edge cases. Discuss the like test cases that they have given.
Okay,
That's
so like
important.
basically like when you are with the interviewer, so like you have to ask and all. Like they give you a
Yes.
problem if you are facing some issue, so you should be interactive with them. You should also ask the questions to the interviewer as well, right? It should
Yes.
be
So
like both
like,
way.
yes, so my general approach while giving interview is like, they always share the doc. As I said, they write the question in the doc, they give the
Hmm.
test case and explain the question. Then I'm like, okay, just give me 2 minutes to process it. So I process the question.
Hmm.
I generally sit with my pen and diary always.
Hmm.
The and then I write whatever I have to ask. I ask them that, what if this case is there? What should be the output? Should the output be like this? And mostly you suggest that, should the output be like this or like this, or what do you want in this case to happen? And then after this discussion, you write the function, and even while writing the function, explain them that what this line is doing. Many of the time you'll write some line, and the interview will be like, what did you write? Why did you do that? So always
Okay.
explain. And after you have written the function, whatever test cases that you thought and edge cases that you thought, you should do a one time run of at least one or two of them.
All right. Pretty cool.
You also talked about getting rejected from few companies due to various reasons. So, how to handle rejections in these cases?
Pretty important
You have to
question.
move on.
We have to move on.
You have to move on. There's no other way. There's sometime that you might feel low. Don't, like, if you're feeling very low and not confident, just don't be too harsh on yourself. नहीं आज ही करना है. It shouldn't be like that. Take
अच्छा.
a rest, take a good sleep, revive yourself, and then start again tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Watch few movies maybe in between, and then start it again. You have to. Rejections are just a part of life. You can't do anything.
Yeah,
दिल पे नहीं लेना है, बस आगे बढ़ते जाना है.
आगे
It's
बढ़ना
something
हाँ,
है।
like
you
that.
have to move on. Yes. बस
Okay.
थोड़ा टाइम हाँ लगता है, बुरा लगता है, थोड़ा रिलैक्स कर लो उसके लिए, थोड़ा अपने माइंड
Mhm.
को फ्रेश कर लो एंड देन यू कैन मूव ऑन.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, so we have next question: how to balance development, competitive coding, as well as ML?
Okay. So I know ML is a hot topic.
Yeah,
तो
very hot
Pretty
topic.
everyone
hype.
Everyone is
Pretty hype.
interested in ML right now.
everyone is like कुछ नहीं करना, सीधे ML
सिर्फ
पे
ML
जाना.
करना
ML,
है.
ML पे जाना है.
हाँ, but like it's not that software development or software field is only based on ML. If you are interested, then only go on that. If you're not, and obviously you have to read to find out if you're interested. Cool लग रहा है इसलिए कर रहे हैं, नहीं होना चाहिए. So if you are interested, read about it, and if you want to do it, you should do it. But first of all, as I said, learn the language, learn the basic syntax, learn what that language does, what that like what collections are there, what parallelism is there, what is concurrency. Read all that. Learn about the oops concept. That is the most, that is, in that you'll code only in the oops concept most of the time. Then focus on DSA, and side by side do competitive programming, because it gives you confidence. It gives you like, हाँ मैं मेरे से solve हो पा रहा है in this much time. So always like एक वीक में एक बार कोई कंपटीशन है तो खोल के देख लो उस टाइप से.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to the next question asked by Rohan. What was your final year project?
My final year project was Gmail assistant system. It was mostly that the like the meetings that are being scheduled, there overlap between them. So we'll tell the person that you have overlap in this meeting. You give the reminder to them and all of that. So like always when I always say कि डीएसए पहले करो, उसको पहले क्लियर करो, पहले डेटा स्ट्रक्चर क्लियर करो, फिर कलेक्शन सीखो, फिर एल्गोरिदम पे जाओ. तो व्हाट हैपेंड इन अडोबी इन माय फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू, दे like I had not done my fourth year project till then, but they drilled upon that project a lot. Like अगर ये केस होगा तो how will you handle, कौन सा डेटा स्ट्रक्चर इसमें यूज करोगे. So if you don't have understanding of all that, you won't be able to answer such question.
Yeah.
And that is why I say foundation build करो पहले.
Yeah. Foundation is important. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Next.
So we have next question: from where to study system design, and how much system design is required for placements?
So I'm assuming everyone in here is from college. तो आप लोगों से system design इतना नहीं पूछेंगे. They won't ask a lot of system design questions to you because they know that you have not worked on production systems a lot. So
Mhm.
that is not even if till 2 years of experience, though they don't ask a lot of system design questions. But अगर सीखना है, and if you want to get like gist of this, go through YouTube videos. There are a lot of them available. I can
Mhm.
share them. So go through all of them,
All
on
right.
and
Mhm.
focus on more on coding, like how, if you have to write this class, how will you write that. Focus more on that, more on low level designs, as they say.
All right. So now we have next question from Somik Nandi. He was our last speaker as well. He asked that how is working in Google different from working in Adobe? As a Googler,
Okay.
what does your normal day looks like? It's a
So
pretty cool question.
Interesting. It's a cool question.
so uh, Google and Adobe both are really good companies. Like
Mm-hmm.
they both have great work culture. They both take care of their employees a lot. So ऑब्वियसली इतना डिफरेंस अभी फील नहीं हुआ आई थिंक, क्योंकि अभी आई हैव नॉट स्टार्टेड गोइंग, आई एम डूइंग इट फ्रॉम होम, और घर पे तो बेड से ही काम होता है तो इधर यू आर इन अडोबी और यू आर इन गूगल, इट्स सेम. आई थिंक आई विल बी एबल टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन better after office opens. I have experience of Adobe Office and it was great, I must say. So I'll be able to answer. Ping me for this answer later.
Okay, sure. And yeah, one more thing I just want to tell to audience that if you haven't watched our previous video, that was the first episode of GTP. Make sure you go and check it out. Check it out. It's fun and interactive, just like it's going right now. So over to the next
He
question,
has
Ahana.
shared great tips.
The
Yeah,
next
I will.
question
exactly.
is about your college journey. Okay, so what is that one thing that you will consider your college life to be incomplete without?
I know it will make you all a bit envy, but my hostel life. You all didn't get
Okay,
to live that,
we
but
are not getting anything like that.
I know, but being able to barge into someone's room at 2 a.m. or be like 2 घंटे पहले एग्जाम के जाके बोलना यार ये पोर्शन समझा दे बस, and
हाँ,
then पूरे रास्ते keep discussing the question, इसका क्या आंसर होगा, उसका क्या आंसर होगा, and then taking care of each other when required, and like those long night discussion that didn't have any meaning. Those are also like very important.
okay, cool. Like, did you get some kind of a good group where you can discuss about your coding and development projects? So, in fact, this switch to the our next question: that have you got good peers during your coding journey in college?
I got good peers. I was able to talk to them. Most of them were from my branch only. So if even if when I had some doubt, I could go to them. Like they also, in fact, helped me in push. Like you should do this. As I said at the time, I was doing a lot of things. So they also helped me in calming down and saying, कि हाँ ये करो पहले. So yeah, that helps.
So, my next question to you will be: you said your peers were from the same branch, so does
Not
branch
always. Not
matter?
always. No, no, not. In fact, my roommates were from different branch, but I said in for coding, I had peers who were from same branch,
Okay.
and having peers from same branch or having peers with same interest, I think that helps more.
So, mechanical or electrical doesn't need to think about like
नहीं नहीं
how to
ऐसा
go
नहीं
the
है.
how to
नहीं,
compete
they
in
can.
coding with CSE and IT.
ऐसा नहीं है, दे कैन लाइक फॉर्म अ ग्रुप स्टडी, लाइक जो करना चाहते हैं, या फिर अगर तुमको लग रहा है यू आर अलोन इन द जर्नी, टॉक टू पीपल इन योर लाइक हु यू थिंक आर गुड एट इट, टेक देयर गाइडेंस एज आई सेड एंड देन मूव विद दैट.
Okay.
All right, pretty cool. Like, उसी से like I can say like, does branch really matter? Just asking.
uh yeah, like in some companies yes, in some companies no, like many, and after a few years of experience it doesn't, that is for sure. But when you're going from college, some companies have the criteria that only CSITC should sit, but most of the companies they don't. So don't focus on what you don't have, focus on what you have and prepare as like
Just
go through what they ask.
go with the
हाँ जो
flow
नहीं
and
मिले,
just
हाँ जो नहीं मिल रहा उसके लिए क्या करते, दैट इज नॉट इन योर हैंड, राइट.
exactly.
We have a question in the chat box. What technology did you use for doing your projects? Like the software, the technologies that are currently in use?
Like uh, in my college time or right now.
Yeah, in your projects, in your college life.
Okay, so mostly Java. And then I use Google APIs. Like as I said, it was a Gmail Assistant app, so I used that, and JavaScript for front end, which most of my the work that my friend did because I was not good at front end. So mostly that, and we did a SIH project also. That was also mostly backend Java, where MySQL as database, and then front end in JavaScript.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's not that you should, if I'm doing in Java, you should also do in Java. You can take any language. The
Yeah.
companies, they mostly ask you at first ki what language you are comfortable with, and then you can code in that.
So like there should not be like you should do only Java or you should do only C++. It's nothing like that, right?
No, no, most of the
Yeah.
companies no.
See,
Some
basically like
specific requirements
yeah.
they do,
Hmm.
but most of the companies don't. And you like it's not all like you get hired because you give interview in Java and उसके बाद सारा जावा का काम आपको मिलेगा बाकी लैंग्वेज के लिए हम दूसरा कोई रखें अगर जरूरत पड़ेगी तो आपको ये भी सीखना पड़ेगा तो it
Acha.
happens.
Okay, okay. Like जैसे if someone asks me, in fact, one of my senior told me this that basically like for about C++ and Java. Just tell me if I'm wrong or something if I'm going somewhere wrong. So like they said me like when I asked them that Bhaiya, what should I do, C++ or Java? Then they asked me that what did you have in your class 12? I said C++. So they said that go with C++ because since you already know that, so it will be little bit easier for you to cope up and like do DSL or something like. Is it so or like कुछ
I
भी कर सकते हो?
I didn't have any IT background into it. Still, I was able to do it in the language that I
Yeah,
wanted. Right? So
yeah,
let's maybe like if you're comfortable in one, you can. But if you find that you are interested in the other language more, take up that. It's nothing like that.
cool,
Okay.
pretty good.
We have our question that there may be some students who don't get the placement as per their expectations, as I told you already about rejections. So probably they got something that they didn't expect. So how can they face that, or what challenge will that be in their coming years?
Okay, so they like first of all, if you have got rejected, you have to clean up your mind. That is the most important. Mind काम नहीं करेगा नहीं तो. Then said what questions they asked, how you answered, what where did you think it went wrong? How can you improve yourself? Like companies, they just don't focus on writing code. They also ask what is the time complexity of it. How can you increase the time complexity of it? So like ये मतलब I always give tips this tip to everyone. आपने एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लिया, it passed all the test cases, lead code में submit हो गया, but then go to lead code discussion section, see how someone else has solved it, has he solved it
Hmm.
in a better way than you. So वो सब those things help you. और फिर अगर सबसे पहले go through what you experienced and try to find out why did you get rejected, what there might be something that you said wrong या फिर कुछ टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी नहीं बता पाए या फिर बेटर अप्रोच से नहीं आ पाए तो फाइंड वी ऑल हैव द हैबिट ऑफ फाइंडिंग आउट सर्चिंग द क्वेश्चन कि अरे इसमें ये नहीं हो पाया तो वो भी कर सकते हैं एंड देन
Exactly.
मूव ऑन बिकॉज और फिर सब कुछ अच्छा हुआ फिर भी नहीं हुआ तो मे बी दे समवन एल्स दैट दे chose. You
Yeah, a
can't
better
do it.
candidate maybe. Like
Better or
basically,
they might
hmm,
have less number of seats and they had two good candidates. They
yeah,
chose to go with one.
exactly.
That you can't do
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. So what I would like basically like discussions जो भी है lead code में like we should just enter and we should like always check ourselves and always try to have a mindset of growth. Like yeah, in every problem like I should grow myself. Like okay, I use this approach. What if someone in discussion I saw someone had a better approach than me. So like we should be not biased with our own opinion. It should be like completely with
Yes.
everyone, right in the
Yes,
flow.
and yes, obviously. Like lead code discussion, you'll see people have put so much of effort. I really thank those people who are so
Exactly.
social and like put so much of effort for all this. But they will give a good comment that why they took this approach. They will explain the time complexity and all. They will give the visual or pictorial vision of it. So always go to मतलब अब ठीक है कुछ क्वेश्चंस बहुत इजी होते हैं उसके लिए नहीं बट most of the question के लिए you should go and check it out.
Okay, so
Uh,
with that, we have our next question in the chat. Which CS subjects were asked in your Google interview by
In
Junaid?
my okay, okay. In Google interview, they mostly ask DSA and not no. like they asked me about DSA only included a lot of concepts like pagination or memoization or stack and tree kind of things, but they didn't ask any particular CS subject about any particular CS subject. But in my Amazon interview, they asked me a question ki, "Acha, when you type link in your in your Chrome browser, and what all happens behind the scene? You have typed it, you have done the enter. What all happens? So you should have the knowledge of that networking." In one of the companies that I sat through placements, they were mostly based on Java and DBMS. So and I was very confident with DBMS. So they grilled me a lot on that, like suppose you have to make a college management system. How will how will you store the student information, teachers
Exactly.
information, one is to one relationship, or normalization, everything. So it depends on the company also, and always prepare one or two subjects, like which you can when they ask that which subject we should ask you from, you can answer that, and have a okay knowledge of other subject like networking में, as I said this question कि वेब एक वेब URL लिखा उसके बाद क्या होता है, so you should know these basic things.
I have a next
All
question
right.
on competitive coding. So we all focus on competitive coding a lot. We focus on getting the 6 stars or the 7 stars. So does it really matter, at least in Google, the number of stars you have in the various platforms? How does it matter?
At the first look it might impress the other person, but no one discusses, oh ये तुम्हें 6 स्टार मिला कैसे मिला, मतलब
Then why are we even doing it?
you are doing it because you want to get comfortable with it, you want to get confident with it, you want to be able to solve those questions in the limited period of time. Like in interview, it is mostly two questions asked or one question asked. Sometimes the interviewer has in mind that I'll ask two questions, but you took so much time that they were not able to ask the next question. So for those things, for handling the pressure, you should do it for all those things. And
Yeah,
some people find fun also in that.
exactly. Like CP helps us, like, like time management and all. So it will train you in all the way. So that's pretty cool.
Huh,
Exactly.
actually.
So,
Then you will also know
hmm.
it's not just कि ये ऐसे solve होगा in competitive programming. You have to write the whole code also. So you'll know how to write the code. Typing भी improve होगा. So you should do
हाँ,
that for your improvement mainly.
सेल्फ ग्रोथ. सो घूम फिर के लाइक इट कम्स इनटू लाइक या सेल्फ ग्रोथ के ऊपर पूरा आ जाता है,
Always,
राइट?
always.
Every time, pretty obvious kind. So we have another question from the chat is like, beside from skills and experience, does certification of courses hold importance on the resume?
If you have like put up some certification, you should always like if they ask question from that, you should always be able to answer it. But it's not like अगर नहीं है तो नहीं लेंगे type of thing. अगर interest है, you should do it. You have put it into your resume. You should be able to answer it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have an interesting question here. Sometimes you think you are trying to give your best, but it might not be sufficient. How to get out of your comfort zone?
How to get out?
This pretty
Take up a lead
complicated question.
टेक अप अ लीड कोड हार्ड क्वेश्चन एंड बी लाइक आज ये सॉल्व करना है नहीं सॉल्व हुआ पूरा
If
मोराल डाउन हो
we
जाएगा
people don't usually get that kind of motivation, so how to get that motivation as well? Any tips?
गेटिंग मोटिवेशन यार गेटिंग
In the sense,
मोटिवेशन
like
इज
in for coding, to code
गेटिंग प्ले
actually.
टू कोड वही कि I have to get placed in a good college, or I have to work on good project, or I have, if you want to start a startup, I have to start this. So that the thing that you have to always be better, that should be your motivation. Always, like you should always have कि हाँ मुझे अच्छा करना है तभी होगा. और अगर आज फेल हुए तो कल वापस से you should start कि ठीक है कल नहीं हो पाया आज स्टार्ट करते हैं आज फिर से करते हैं. So that is one thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we will be. Let me tell you one thing, guys, all the audience. We will be taking now two or three more questions, and then we'll be switching to the third part of the podcast. That's the rapid fire round.
Rapid fire
So
round. Yeah.
get yourself ready, guys. Okay, it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Okay, next,
Uh,
Hannah.
okay. So, internships. Talking about internships, how big internships play a role in the placement zone? Like when we are going for placements, how they look at the internships that we have done.
If you have internship, they like ask you question. They ask you questions based on that. But if you don't have, you should have the projects. Ki if I was not, I didn't get a lot of good internships, so I like want tried taking up my own project, and I did all this. You can check my project in this GitHub link, and they might ask you question on that also. So it should mostly be कि कुछ तो कर रहे हैं. It shouldn't be like कि I enjoyed all my vacations and didn't do anything.
Exactly. We people do get distracted in holidays, so
Always that happens with
it's
everyone.
it's really too hard, right? Just now we have just come from this Durga Puja and this all Dashera
Then there's
etc.
Yeah.
Diwali.
Exactly. Now Diwali is coming. Another thing.
Yes. And the people from Bihar and Jharkhand have Chhat. So obviously this is a long time, but हमेशा होना चाहिए कि I have enjoyed for this much time. Now I should get back to my work. I should get back on improving me. It should always be
All
that.
right. Sure.
Okay.
So there's a question I think I found it pretty interesting that how do you judge a good candidate before giving referral to someone?
I
Now
generally
it,
when someone asks me for referral, I generally go through the CV once कि हाँ क्या किया है, and many of the time I give tips also कि you know you should include it in this way, you know you should reduce this point a bit, you know you should this is not important, or you shouldn't add this to your CV. So I first try to do that, and then I give the reference.
okay. So I think that's a wrap for the stage one and the stage two of the podcast because now we will go to the rapid fire round and next we will be going to the live interactive session where students will all the viewers will ask you directly, okay,
Yeah.
rather than us
Acha.
asking you all the questions. So with that note, let's begin with the rapid fire questions. So are you ready, Deep?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everyone ready? Just
I'm
write in the
ready.
chat box like, are you ready to for the rapid fire round? People, just write in the chat box. Okay, shall we start, guys?
Give some heads up in the chat box.
I think either our internet is lagging or maybe there's. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got
we're
yeah.
getting it.
Cool. Rapid fire. So, first question. Uh, how much coding do we need to get placed in Infosys, Wipro, or TCS? One word.
Uh,
One word or two word.
it's good. Get to the part that you're comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question. Is DP necessary?
No, no, but do at least get the basic or understand the basic, not the tough questions, but understand the basic.
Okay. Next, is competitive coding necessary for getting a job at Google? Is it necessary? Yes or no?
No, no. As I said, it's for your improvement more.
All right.
Okay. Next, how to begin with DSA?
Begin with DSA. First, like go through YouTube videos, write the topics, and elaborate on that.
All right. Next, are internships compulsory for the placements? Super compulsory.
No, no. Like good to have and great to have, but not compulsory.
Okay.
Okay.
Things we should consider before placements.
Means we should. One important thing: read about the company too. What does the company do? What are they? Who are the leaders? What are their vision? Read about that. Many people and mostly don't go through that. Do that homework also. I have been asked in two interviews to talk about the company for at least 2 minutes. So
Okay. Fine. 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 How much time does it take to master DSA? Any random guesses, like general?
Master nahi, but to get comfortable, if you're doing 2 hours daily, it should be around 3 to 6 months. If you're starting 6 months minimum,
Okay, so get
Okay.
for interview ready, right? Next.
like to get comfortable for the language, then हाँ थोड़ा तो और
Okay.
revision होगा ना.
Exactly. Next.
Is it compulsory to write a research paper in these years?
No.
It's a no. Okay.
Okay.
मतलब obviously अभी तक मैंने भी यार रिसर्च पेपर नहीं लिखा है. आई रोट वन, इट गॉट रिजेक्टेड, बट अगर तुम्हें सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट करना है तो इट्स नॉट दैट इम्पोर्टेंट. गुड टू हैव, इट विल इम्प्रेस द इंटरव्यूअर एंड ऑल, बट इफ यू डोंट हैव इट, इट्स नॉट लाइक क्यों नहीं किया, ऐसा नहीं होता.
Okay. Next. Development or DSA or both out of three. मतलब तीन
बोथ,
में से कोई
बट
भी एक.
बोथ.
Okay, so we should start with DSA, then development.
राइट.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, are we left with any other
Next.
questions?
Yes, I think we have one more. Do mechanical students have any disadvantages over CS or IT students?
No,
Yeah.
but they have one disadvantage, they have to work hard more.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have to balance both college
And
studies
their
and
past.
this tech interviews as well.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, that's a wrap for the rapid fire questions. Now we will switch to the Q&A stage in Discord. So I will request the team just put the Discord server link. So those who haven't joined it yet, you guys can join there. And
Yeah.
before before we go there, I will make some few announcements. But before that, one last question from our last speaker to the that is Somikda to the is how someone who is already working full time in a company can prepare to crack Google.
As I said, you have to put in extra hour. If for any interview, you have to put in extra hour. You have to either be a night owl or an early bird, and ऑफिस के बाद थोड़ा एनर्जी बचा के रखना होता है कि आई एम एबल टू डू दैट. एंड
Okay.
यू हैव टू अगेन गो थ्रू रिवाइज एवरीथिंग अगेन.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now we will head right now.
Hello,
So
guys.
now I will request Ritesh to end it. Right.
Guys, I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Just a quick suggestion. Let's ask the audience whether they are comfortable in doing it in a general platform like Google Meet or do like it's similar to Google Meet. We'll be giving you a link. You just join in there, write your questions as you want, and we can take it up. What do you guys say? Like, should we give them the StreamYard ID or should we take it to Discord,
Yeah.
guys?
It's over to you guys.
Because if you head over to Discord, then you guys have to leave here, join there, and all the stuff. But if you
Yeah,
are in
that's right.
StreamYard, so it will be comfortable. You can just join in, and we will take it up one by one.
I think this is better.
This is
As
better,
per you
right?
guys. Yeah.
So you can give them the StreamYard
Okay.
link.
Yeah. We will post it.
Are they
The
writing?
team just
Yes.
post it. Yep.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Instead of Zoom, or
यहीं पे
can
कर
or
लेते हैं ना.
instead of shifting, yeah, let's just write up the questions. You guys can write up anything that you want, and we can have that thing done here. Like every question that you ask, we'll be asking it here. No biasness. Will that do?
ठीक है. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll try to answer. Probably if they ask any weird questions, that is on them though.
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
Do you
Okay.
think Google
So,
Meet or Zoom?
okay, go ahead. You guys can write up in the chat box. Like it's really fine. You guys can write in the chat. Okay. First question that we got. Anand, you
Scope
want to take it
of
up?
yeah. Scope of SDE after MTech.
So I had few like the few of the friends who joined with me just as after MTech. So it's pretty much same, but if you have done research work, you are taken you are taken more for that, and it's pretty much same as for me.
So, like after MTech, is there a kind of significant rise in the opportunity?
Okay, so one thing, one like in LinkedIn also, you will many of time finds 4 years of experience or 2 years of MTech and 2 years of experience. So in that you might find a better opportunity or better like that might help.
Okay. Um, So next
Next
question that we
questions. Yeah.
have, I have five. I have like five projects prepared. So
Okay, okay.
where's the
Guys,
proper
just a
question?
quick thing. I guess they are
I'm asking
getting
for
a little
more.
bit shy. So let's wrap up the official session now and switch over to the unofficial part, like when they can ask anything and it will
Yeah.
be really comfortable there as well, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not audible.
Before we, before we end it up, when end of the session, I just want to give some few announcement. Okay, so first thing that after this session, like everything is over, we are going to have our boot camp. That's going to be from Monday, right? Maybe just I will just tell it's on 25th. From 25th, we are going to have a web dev boot camp. Now, let me tell you, like it's not going to be like an ordinary boot camp, like just boot camp में आओ काम हो गया उसके पढ़ा लिया उसके बाद सर्टिफिकेट मिल गया फिर गया खत्म it's not going to be like that so this is we are completely changing the mindset behind the boot camp right completely mindset that it will be completely project oriented right it won't be like just ऐसे ही आओ apart from teaching part we will be having for I'm sorry. We will be having projects. So you will be giving us project ideas, or we will already, or we are already having some existing project ideas, and from there we will be like starting up, and you guys might team up, collaborate with other peoples, and will be making some good scalable projects, right? Like something which you can really add it in your CV, and where other peoples can come and contribute to your projects and help you to grow. So it will be all open source right so those who are not those who don't know those who didn't get any kind of exposure in open source so you will get in that field as well so it's going to be pretty cool and the registration link will be in the description and also in the in the chat box as well so team will just upload it now right
Yeah,
I hope and also
also, you guys will get an information in your like daily classroom tracker and all these daily classroom groups as well. Okay.
exactly cool
वीवी को भी
so
बहुत नॉस्टैल्जिया हो रहा होगा दैट हम लोग का तो क्लासरूम ग्रुप्स नहीं हम लोग का भी क्लासरूम ग्रुप्स होता था एंड ऑल दैट थिंग या वाज देयर व्हाट्सएप एट योर टाइम व्हेन यू वर इन कॉलेज
Yes, obviously.
2018 right 2014
हाँ
15
यार
से
इतने भी
2015
बूढ़े
to
नहीं
18
है हम लोग
नहीं नहीं आई वाज
2014.
जस्ट आस्किंग यू नो नो ऑफेंस देयर
okay
okay.
So we have a question in the chat box.
Okay, okay, wait. Let's wrap up the official thing here.
yeah
We'll do all the questions. We'll stay here live on YouTube, but that won't be accounted for as the official session there. That would be like an unofficial talk between the audience and the speakers here.
Okay.
So, the hosts, up to you.
Yeah, sure. So we are wrapping up with the official. So if anybody wants to ask anything like unofficial, just simply जो भी पूछना है पूछ सकते हो. It's completely we are open now. And so I think I got some projects. Sorry, I mean I got some questions. There is someone has asked. I have 5 projects prepared. An e-commerce website, a natural calamities tracker, a chat app, a Zomato clone, a Insta clone, which uh, so which three to mention in CV? Okay, out of five, which
So
three to mention?
So I won't pick up like which project. I will say in which projects you have learned more. You can put that in CV. You have used different tools. You can put that one in CV, so that like it shows that you have a broad knowledge and a broad experience. But also there are few companies who look for specific kind of skill set. So pick the projects which suit to that. I
Okay.
think
So
it's
Cool.
next
better.
question is, what is
Um,
the importance of
just
contribution to open source?
If you're contributing to open source, it's a very good thing, and it will like increase your visibility as a developer, increase your credibility, as I said. So yes,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Cool. The I was just want to say to the audience that we have posted the StreamYard link. So if you want to join us and ask a doubt lively, have a live interaction with the, you can. We have posted the link. It's now the
yeah.
official session has been over. Now you guys can come. You can check the StreamYard link and you can join here. Okay. So जिसको भी मन है आके पूछ सकते हो. So before that we will check the questions like जो already chats में हैं और जो
अरे
unanswered
रुक
है.
जाओ. Let's wrap up the club thing and then we'll.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so guys, before we like finish up the entire official session, just a quick like intro to the to all the clubs that we have here. Okay, for GDSC IEM, I would be the one who will be watching. So GDSC IEM is a Google Developer Student Club. Herein you can meet with fellow students who are interested in like similar topics that you are, and you can build up more projects, and you can make an entire community out of us. So it's really fun. You guys can join us, and we will give all the joining descriptions of the group later on in the description. Okay, now over to you, Arnab, for introducing
Yeah, so
ACM.
I am the vice chair of ACM, Association of Computer Machinery, IEM. So in ACM, like you might have heard about IEEE, right? It's basically an exclusive chapter. So in the same way, ACM is also a very exclusive chapter. So it's basically very famous in the US, right? And in being a member of this chapter, like you will get access to the journals, ACM journals, which are already present. And apart from ACM journals, starting from ACM journals, you will get a hang of in the research paper, latest technologies. They have a lot of webinar. You will be able to, not only that, you will be able to have a direct interaction with. You will be able to get the info of some big professors who are a part of ACM, like those who are working as a sorry, those who are part of ACM, and they are in big colleges like Stanford and Georgia Tech at etc. So if a membership are still open right now, so all the form and all the like membership form, it will be posted in the official group, so you will get the access from there. Okay, so Ahana, right, over to you for CSI.
Yeah, I'm the chair of CSI. So CSI stands for Computer Society of India. So as the name suggests, it's the Society for Computer Enthusiasts. It's a society that is spread all across India. So there are people from throughout the country who are interested in computer and the domains. You can interact with all of them. It's a big community, open community to ready to help you all in all domains that you want. The registration for CSI is currently closed, so you cannot apply this year, but always you can try for it in the next year. But don't be sad, we have various events coming up which you can participate. You don't have to be a part of the chapter for that. You can just participate in the boot camps, and we will have many more sessions coming up as well. You can participate there and just be a part of the community. Over to you, Girish, for Code Chef.
So, hello everyone, my name is Girish Garg. I'm from the Coachship IMK chapter. Uh, we are a 300 members strong community in the college, and we strive to create a community of like minded people who are interested in coding and also ready to help each other whenever possible. Also, like to mention that from tomorrow we are starting our algo series. The first session is on binary search. We have another series called the DS series where we shall be discussing about the various data structures. And we also have our community on Discord where we actively discuss about the various competitive coding contest after the contest is over. And we also hold some post contest discussions, and also keep discussing about the problems, any code problems that we find, we share them. And our community is very active, and I hope you would like to join our community as well. Thank you.
Yeah, all the links is Discord links, group links will be provided in the description. Girish, तुम अपना थोड़ा provide कर देना chat box में. And
Sure.
yeah, and we
Everyone,
will
we'll
also
give
put,
all the links. Give all the
yeah,
links collectively,
all the links for the Discord links for
or
GDSC.
you can since you have registered, so you can just go to our link tree, and all the links are there. Okay,
Yep,
cool. So
cool.
shall we end the official session and shift over more towards the informal side of the conversation?
Yeah,
Sure.
looks good.
I guess we are sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you, Dee, for the such an amazing session, and I hope that everyone enjoyed it, and it will be very beneficial not only for us, for the whole community, because we
Sure,
actually work
thank
for
you.
the community, and it was really great to have you. Means a lot. So, anything you want to say about the
Okay.
session, or anything, any feedback you want to give to us?
I I think these kind of sessions are actually good because like you get to learn from other people's failure. That is the best way. That is the best way of learning. कि हाँ खुद से नहीं करना पड़ा. So I think these kind of sessions are really helpful. Kudos to you guys for
Thank you.
arranging it, and you all did it in a great way. So kudos to
Thanks a
you.
lot.
We can we
Yeah.
expect to get you in the future in more sessions like this?
Sure.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
waiting for
And
you.
sure.
तब हम लोग like will shift to more towards more conversational platforms जैसे कि Zoom हो गया या फिर Google हो गया. Yeah,
Google
last
Meet हो गया.
session we had it on Zoom and this
Zoom,
was
yeah, right.
on YouTube live.
YouTube live.
So
Yes.
audience एक बार मेरे को quickly बोल दो कौन सा ज्यादा better लगा Zoom वाला और ये वाला, like which one would you prefer more?
Zoom
Okay,
or
by the
YT
time
वाला.
they are answering, acha, so the like anything that you would like to suggest us, like what would be your own guide to placement?
What would be my own to placement? Like it takes time, or like after third year you should definitely get serious about it. And you should start prepping up. You should write the concepts, like कहीं से भी कुछ पढ़ रहे हो, you should start writing it down. That helps in revising. थोड़ा बहुत aptitude you should start doing from third year. It shouldn't be like very tough questions, but basic you should do.
Okay, so that would be your own guide to placement, right?
Yeah.
Since it's a series, what we are thinking is we are getting all the speakers and everybody has to say some or the other advice to us. So we will be like tallying all those advices together and then we'll be someday, I don't know, make a Bible out of it.
Cool.
Maybe
Okay.
we can, yeah. Some production house might even like print it, and then we can have some more fun on it. Okay,
Okay.
so we do have other people joined here. So
Yep.
Shayantan has been with us since the entire streaming has been going on, helping from like behind the stage for the broadcast and everything. Shayantan, you here, bro?
Yeah, I am here. Hello, Dee. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. I just had one question. Does Google India hire freshers who are just out of college?
Yes, they do, and I have also like referred few of the students from our college, and they are taking interviews from them. So
Right.
always.
Okay. Okay, then some tension is off my mind. Thanks for that.
You talking about tension of your mind, like is there some hidden meaning about
No, my friend. Just tense that I may not get a
Don't
job.
take a lot of stress. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो
Relax.
end of the journey है. That is the whole journey. Don't take so much stress about it.
Also, just a quick thing. Like I have asked you earlier also the same question, and I want to ask you again. Google अपना technical interviews Google Docs पे लेता है, right?
Right. You have to write
Why
code on.
so? Like उसका कोई specific reason या फिर
I think.
they because जैसे let me just a very frank question. जब आप development करते हो Google में, right? You
हाँ.
develop and make some stuff. So make software. So आप Google करते हो?
हाँ, obviously. मतलब we have actually in Google they have their own tech base, and we have our own Google for Googlers. So we mostly Google on that.
You have your own Google for Googlers.
Yes, for those
Okay.
things. So
So, like you also go through forums like Google, like what we have,
Stack
क्या
Overflow.
Stack Overflow. Yeah, sorry, it's left my mind. Stack
so
Overflow, then Geek for Geek suggestions, then Google all the answers. So why not MNC? It's a very booming question. Why not MNCs provide interviewers with all the toolkits that they would be getting while working, and then ask them to solve a real life problem rather than asking them all these all these questions like solve this using such algorithm, which algorithm you might not use in a million years. So, like, why is that culture much more prevalent?
see, right now you are just out of college. They don't expect you to know everything. You can't know everything. कि हाँ सब 4 साल में सीख लिए. They also know कि with time you will learn more. Like
Yeah.
when I was in college, I was doing projects, it was mostly me running the project, or my other teacher running the project, or my friend running the project, no one else. But जस्ट जब कंपनी में गए, द होल कॉन्सेप्ट कि सर्वर क्या होता है, एपीआई क्या होती है, सर्वर पे कैसे रन करते हैं, मैट्रिक्स क्या होता है, उसको डीबग कैसे करते हैं, they don't expect you to know all of this at this time. So that is why it will be very overwhelming if you, rather than starting from the foundation, you just jump on that. And like as you gain experience, big mncs or startups, everyone, they start asking question from your experience rather than from data structure and algorithm only. So that is the thing कि जितना पहले कोर्स में उतना तो पढ़ लो ये भी एक चीज है ना
The
Is that
I also
And
had
you
one more
can
question.
sense कि कितना प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग है आप में, ये भी तो बताते हैं ना कि कितना प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स है, आपने अपने ऊपर कितना काम किया है, इट टेल्स दैट. या नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Yeah, the
Chantal
I
was
had one
asking? Yeah.
question. Yeah, thanks, Jitesh. My question is that जब आपने preparation लेना start किया, when you were preparing for Google or Adobe, you were doing full-fledged DSA and comparative coding and whatsoever. The thing is, after joining these companies, what else did you learn about? What else did you learn about software development apart from the normal DSA that we do, like coding
Like I
practices and
said,
stuff like that?
कि, when you write code in college, you don't to pay that much attention to it. So in when I joined company, I learned कि अच्छा कोड कैसे लिखते हैं, सस्टेनेबल कोड कैसे लिखते हैं, डेटाबेस से लाइक व्हेन देयर इज हाई लेटेंसी दे माइट बी कनेक्शन लूज, रीट्राई करना पड़ता है, या फिर अगर इफ इट्स नॉट वर्किंग, इफ द सर्वर इज डाउन, इट शुड स्केल मोर, इट शुड लाइक मैट्रिक्स जाना चाहिए, यू शुड गेट अलर्ट व्हेन द error rates are high. So those things you like slowly and steadily learning while you join
Like,
company.
uh,
Ye sab kuch they don't expect to know to know from right now.
okay. And I heard one statement, like while I was going through all these videos, I heard one statement that write a code that lives,
Yes.
like it lives throughout and it grows according to your age and grows according to the like code base as well.
Any software developer should be able to read it and understand it, right? Something like that, not कि हाँ सिर्फ टॉप डेवलपर्स के लिए लिख रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता.
Okay.
This
And
like our
just
friend Devjit says,
yeah,
write
I'm just
comments.
curious that why is Devjit
It
silent on
comments,
listening
and
about all
there
these?
and in company also we follow a lot कि unit testing होना चाहिए. We
Mhm.
like they don't allow any code to go in production without unit test. So those are small bits that you will learn while you are getting onboarded.
Hi, can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
Yeah.
can hear.
you
You.
are
Everyone.
audible.
Yes, sorry, a bit late to the party. So the just a bit of intro. I don't do AIML. I don't do competitive coding. I don't know anything
Okay,
about
even
data.
He's our
even I am on
cybersecurity
your side.
expert.
I don't do competitive coding. I
Same
have
here.
I
Plus
do
No
one.
CP.
I do
Plus one.
security. I do security and I do a bit of Linux and OS stuff. So is there hope for us?
Yes, obviously. In LinkedIn, there are thousands and lakhs of jobs available. There are a lot of filters available. Filter the jobs based on what you want to do in future, and then apply to them. Contact their HR,
Yeah,
contact their employees, and like ask their
cold
guidance.
mailings.
Yes, you can. There is a lot of hope.
but
There ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब एकदम दिए सवाल को नहीं आया तो कुछ
अंधेरा
नहीं.
नहीं है.
हाँ, you should
But
be good in what you're passionate about. That's true.
एक चीज और
Okay.
है, लाइक हम कभी ये नहीं समझे दैट कैसे स्वीट टॉक किया जाता है. जैसे हाँ हम अच्छे से बात करते हैं, दैट इज फाइन, बट स्वीट टॉक कैसे किया जाता है ये हम कभी नहीं समझे. लाइक
Yeah,
आप अभी जस्ट मेंशन किए वो इंटरव्यू में, राइट?
uh, ये आई थिंक स्लोली स्टेडली डेवलप होता है. तो sweet talk does not mean doing small talks कि कैसे हो, सब बढ़िया. That doesn't mean that. But whatever you want to convey, it should reach the person in a like he should understand it in the best way possible. That is the thing, that is the most important. And you should keep talking. Like if you're writing uh, a line, or if you're writing a function, you should say that this function is for this purpose. These are the parameters that I'm going to take. This is the like this is the helper function. You should just explain them to it, and just explain what you're doing. It will all work out. And
But
That's
also one thing, there are few companies that like ask a lot of questions, like behavioral questions, before appearing for companies. You should also focus right answers of those behavioral questions, those top be, asked behavioral questions.
can we do a just impromptu version of that? Like, if you could just go forward with that.
इम्प्रॉम्प्टू वर्जन मतलब you should know the base that you want to say.
नहीं नहीं,
इम्प्रॉम्प्टू में बहुत बार
impromptu में बोल रहा हूँ कि let's do a thing, let's do an
अभी
activity.
कुछ
Like,
अगर कर सकते हो तो
हाँ, let's do an activity
let's see if
because we do
I'm good
have
at
time. Yeah.
let's see if I'm good at it.
So, they'll ask you any kind of behavioral questions about stuff that you're dealing with in companies, right?
Yes. So, like, okay, I'll put up one question that I was asked. Like, what if someone is taking credit of your work, and there's a like a conference or a meeting going on. You had worked on one part, that person had worked on another part. He starts telling about your part also, and takes the whole focus on himself rather than giving you credit. What will you do? Now, अब इम्प्रॉम्प्टू में अगर तुम बोलना सोचोगे, तो फिर तुम अचानक से यू विल ऑब्वियसली वी विल फील सैड, बट उस मोमेंट पे यू कांट स्टॉप दैट पर्सन, राइट? कि नहीं, तुम नहीं
Yeah,
बोलोगे, अब नहीं बोलूंगा,
it's more like
ऐसा
a
नहीं।
group discussion.
No,
Like,
it's out of courtesy. We cannot stop that person at that
yeah,
moment.
एग्जैक्टली बिकॉज उस वक्त मे बी बाहर के क्लाइंट्स हों, maybe your clients are there, you can't just stop them, right? So that moment you'll have to bear, but and obviously you want to convey that person that, dude, this was not cool. So when you get out of that meeting room, you say them politely that, I was hoping to say on this part, I was hoping to elaborate more on this part. And then you can have a constructive talk, more of a constructive talk than putting a blame on each other. So that is the
yeah.
thing. These are some of the
If I may answer, like, would you, if I may answer one thing, would you rate that on this particular question? मतलब हम कुछ
okay.
आंसर करेंगे, then just say that, is that a negative thing or is that a positive thing?
Okay.
Okay, so when he's speaking of my part, and when we both like conflicted on which part is done by whom, so what we do is we make it a collaborative effort, and we present to the clients that it was done by both of us. And when we are presenting, we can say that it's we have thought like this, and we are thinking your profits go up by this. So when you are speaking, what you can do is you can convert this entire thing in a we thing rather than I or him or her thing. So that way,
Exactly. But
even he can get managed, or even I get managed.
But
exactly.
in
ये
her
आप
case,
कर
whatever
सकते हो,
question she
but at
was
that
asked,
moment,
Huh?
yeah, it was
like
already
you have
done. The person has already presented on behalf of her. So,
like
Okay, like you didn't get to.
prepared the whole thing. Now
Mhm.
अचानक से मतलब you see कि he is taking credit of your work. अब उस मीटिंग में हल्ला मचा के तो कोई फायदा नहीं है ना, तो that.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing, and we
So
have to learn
there
all
are
these things.
behavioral questions. They help, and many companies they have those kind of questions in HR round. So
Mhm.
prepare on that. Yeah.
Okay, so more like how you should. We do have those classes, na, for
yes, which
behavioral
we do not pay much
organizational behavior.
attention. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, we do.
uh,
organizational
We had
behavior.
exams also.
do you guys have those classes?
No, the question is, do you do those classes?
Now the question is, when do we have those classes?
Oh, we used to have
Lol.
exams on
We
it.
have the classes like, but most of us don't attend. This is the basic thing.
Yeah.
I
Acha,
opened one of
we
my papers and I was like, we have this subject. I thought were having a maths exam or something. Pretty
Don't
Yeah,
pathetic
don't
at this
don't.
point.
on the exam day, he's calling me in the morning and he's like, "Bro, aaj kya exam?" And I'm like, "This one." And don't rickroll me.
Oh,
Come on.
and please not now. Please not now.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
sorry, it's streaming on YouTube.
yeah. So he's like, "भाई आज ये subject है," and I'm like, "Bro, आज ये है. like ये होता है, ये exist कर रहा है. Why?"
By
Okay.
the way, I
We
just
have got
got a
one more
question.
question though.
Yeah, yeah. How
Go ahead,
competitive is
Arnab.
work environment now?
How competitive is working on the people. Actually, the people in offices, I have always got great colleagues, and I have found everyone is ready to help up. But like if you have worked on it, you are not able to find out, you can just like give them a Google Meet link or a Meet link. Can you help me with this, and the person actually comes up. So in companies, competitive, more than competitive, collaboration is more encouraged. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
Try to be more collaborative, try to help everyone, and
You
it,
grow yourself by helping grow others.
Yes.
yes.
Good one. Also,
And
we have
Such
two
great
members here who
words,
haven't
Saurav.
yet spoken.
thanks.
Om and Payal. Are you guys here?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
Payal, are you here? Okay. So you
Hello.
guys haven't spoken yet. So anything you guys want to converse about?
Guys,
Yes, yes.
before they say, I leave the because I got some work important. So
Sure, sure.
Yes,
yeah,
sure. We
yeah,
will be
guys,
wrapping it up.
thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, guys. It really means a lot. You guys attended, and it really feels nice. So we'll see you next one. We'll see you in the boot camp. Okay. Thank you. Good
Before
night.
that, we have an algo series also.
Yes, Algo
Yeah.
series as well. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot to mention Algo
Tomorrow.
series. Yeah,
Tomorrow. Okay.
cool. Okay. Good night,
Okay.
guys. Bye bye.
Good night, Arnab.
Good
Good
Bye.
night.
night,
Bye.
Arnab. And
Bye,
Night.
everyone.
Bye, Deep.
Bye bye.
the I
Acha,
had
are we
just a
taking your
minor
time?
question.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Are we taking your too much time? Like, are you free now? Talk about all this.
Uh, like for 15 more minutes, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Cool enough. So, guys, here
Uh,
you are.
I have the just one question. So I'm sorry if this is a repetitive one, but for people in non conventional fields like me myself, I'm doing security, and it gets very scary seeing all these people talk about DSA. Like I 9 out of 10 friends, they are talking DSA, and I'm like that one dentist who doesn't recommend Colgate. So it feels very weird, weirded out when we have Shomik here, when we see people talking about Google, Amazon interviews, and it's all just a DSA. What are the alternate career paths to get into these companies using in these non-conventional fields, like let's say graphics, security, Linux, ad sysadmins, stuff like that?
So, since we are more of like software developer, we talk more about these things. But when, as I said, if you are you think you have to go for security, at least you should have a basic knowledge of like CS subjects, and then you should be like talk to the HRs directly and find out the jobs. That is the most important. There are a lot of security specialists, there are design UX design specialists. They take up few courses based on that, and they like approach the HRs and they get the interview call. It is done actually. So don't be afraid on that.
From which companies? Like Google HRs who definitely won't reply to people like us. So are we talking about?
इनफैक्ट मतलब गूगल एचआरस जितनों से मैंने इंटरेक्ट किया है, दे आर वेरी गुड इन गिविंग फीडबैक्स एंड ऑल. बहुत सारी ऐसी कंपनीज है, दे डोंट इवन गिव फीडबैक. इफ दे आर रिजेक्टिंग यू, दे विल टेल यू व्हाई दे रिजेक्टेड यू. इफ दे आर नॉट, वेयर डिड यू गो राइट,
Hmm.
वेयर डिड यू गो रॉन्ग. सो कॉन्टैक्ट
Yeah,
पीपल.
because
रिप्लाई करते हैं, कुछ नहीं रिप्लाई करते हैं. अब यू हैव टू लाइक
luck.
That's
you have to
psychology.
Yeah,
That's people's
yes,
psychology.
been
yes.
doing this since the second semester, so yeah, it's getting at this point it's just anxiety overloaded when you see all these people going for
Okay.
Google and stuff, and you're
We've
the
got a
oddball out.
very interesting question, Abhilasha Di. It's like, what type of student were you in your college? Like, Like, were you in the limelight among your peers, or were you as a topper, or as a good leader, or preferred to remain outside the limelight, like focused on your aim, or had fun? What kind?
So I think I was not. I was not the topper, but yes, I always used to maintain a good CGPA. Ki, it shouldn't be the question mark ki इस semester में ऐसा marks क्यों नहीं आया? I had that की exam से
मतलब
2 दिन
गुजारा हो
पहले
जाता था.
exam. I had good CGPA around 8.5, mostly
Yeah.
above 8.5. तो एग्जाम से 2 दिन पहले अच्छे से पढ़ना है. This I always had. और a good leader. I actually organized a few events in college. I was not the one who would be involved in everything, but I was the one कि कोई कभी कभी कोई responsibility लेके I used to do it. I was part of crime member, and I we organized marathon and all. So I it was not like कि मैं tech fest भी कर रही हूँ, मैं cultural fest भी कर रही हूँ, मैं ये भी कर रही हूँ. I was not able to manage that, तो मैंने बस एक part लिया कि हाँ मैं यही करूँगी. तो yes, I was not always in the limelight. In fact, I was just कि हाँ आराम से जिंदगी कट रहा है. That kind of person.
Cool. We have Shomik here as well. Shomik, am I audible? Oh, he left.
Showing the,
Yeah.
did he feel shy or what?
Shy people. Acha,
Hello.
Yeah.
hello. Yeah. Oh, audible.
Hello, the Om here. I'm from second year, third sem, and my point is, yeah, there is so much of assignment and all, and pressure from college. I mean, I have to do competitive coding. I'm learning Android. And I have the second question there also on Android. Like I have done small project, like you said on like Code Gym and all, and I've done small project like Roll Die and this thing, small project. But how do I get an idea about something big project and all? Like I can use one everything in that very project. I'm not able to get that. But I'm very small project. One I've used there, one I've used there. I'm not able to make it up into one thing.
There are a lot of articles available which tell you that these are the projects that you can do in this field, and you will be able to learn this. So you should go through those articles. Medium is a very good source for reading those kind of articles, and you can pick up the project from there.
Okay. And what about assignments and all? Did you focus on it? Did you do it? Did you not do it?
So I was the person who did the I shouldn't say, but who did the minimum required work. So I used to do assignments पर उतना जितना मुझे लगे कि हाँ इतना काम है उतना ही. That
Should we
kind of
make?
person.
Should we take notes of the notes from this?
No.
I
That's
think
not
we
what
should
I
not
want
be
Uh,
over live.
the another question I had was this: how do we get to these HRs from Google and other big companies? Because LinkedIn is definitely one of the places, but
Mm-hmm.
finding the emails can be quite scattered.
Uh, I
Right.
will mostly search on LinkedIn, to be frank. And other than that, if like now, if you put your resume on Naukri.com, a lot of startups and a lot of HRs will reach you through that. So I mostly went through these two things. And then
Okay.
again, you can ask your friends that you gave interview in this. Can you ask the HR if there's any other opening for which I can appear, and they might help you in that. In fact, even
Yeah,
the
they
HR
definitely.
also say कि अगर if you have any other candidate, can you refer? So that also happens.
Okay. We do have Shomik here also, right? Shomik.
Yes. Hello, Didi. How are
Hello.
you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Firstly, Didi, the session was excellent. Learned a lot. Thanks for the session. Didi, I have a very peculiar question, which I think, like people who are already working can relate. It is, I mean, like, how does a typical on-call day look like at Google? Have you been on call at Google?
I have not been on call yet. I will be. on call, I think from November end or December start.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
then we have to go for that, and it depends that how much is that I think for on call it depends a lot how much is that being service being used, and also
Ah, yes, correct. That's true.
And it's a
and what
very,
like is it, yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Dee.
Like it's the like all the has it met all the infra parameters, or the like as I said, the dashboards, there are alerts, so has it met all that? So it depends a lot on that on call. It does it have auto remediation features and all? It depends a lot on that.
Uh, I
Yes.
don't know if it's a misconception or not. Just one thing. Do you guys get free swag?
Free swag from Google?
Yeah. Like, आओ पड़ा रहता है एक side में, there's a bunch जहाँ पड़े रहता है, you just go there, take some stuff and just go off. Because
Those things are there were there in Adobe also, and that is there in Google also.
yeah, Adobe, I guess Adobe is good with the design structure and the entire aesthetics of the office, right?
Yes, it's very good.
And oh, what's the work culture there? Like you have been on call for Adobe also, right?
I was on call for Adobe, but actually that was a service that was being developed, so we didn't have that much of alerts coming. But and the work culture there was very good. People were very helpful, and Adobe takes care of its employees a lot. So that says it all. It is among the top five companies to work for.
My fantasy is Adobe though, but all I've heard is you know women at work and women WOW programs and all these things. So like, how are we general guys like supposed to approach Adobe and all these companies which are targeting more towards the WOW programs?
So Adobe mainly focuses on taking doing placement on tier one colleges, and they have a lot of women wide programs. But you can, as I said, you can always reach the HR. You can always go on their career website and check what all internships and all are coming. I think the companies now are more acceptable toward all the students, so you have opportunities. You just have to search for them.
Gurvandi. Anyone else? Any questions you want to ask? Shamik Da, any questions you want to ask?
No, Ritesh, not as of now.
Okay. So I guess we will wrap it up today. And thanks a lot, Dee, for giving us this time and bearing with us. I know it's been quite,
No,
you know,
it was great
quite
to
long.
interact with everyone.
Yeah, we wanted it to be much more informal and much more interactive so that people feel comfortable talking. Because I guess that's the more difficult thing. People don't open up, and even in Shomik Das session, that we felt was people opened up a lot more than they would when talking to, like talking through chat or anything. So I thought that would be a good thing. Yeah,
Didi, I have a question for you. It's again a different type of question. So you have around 2.5 years experience, right?
Right now, yeah, around three. Yeah.
Around 3 years experience. So, like, being an experienced developer, how do you like? What do you do in weekends? Do you try to do you chill out, or do you learn new things, or do you develop yourself as a better developer? Like, as a starter, so since I don't have much experience, it's just like counting my internships and my the work. It's around 8 to 9 months experience that I have. So how can I use the weekends productively? What will you have a tip for me?
So it's a mix up for of both for me. There's few times I'm like अब laptop नहीं खोल सकते, so I just switch it off and I just chill around. But then जैसे it starts from Friday night. Friday night I don't do anything, just nothing. Saturday night, like since we are on lockdown and we actually don't have anything to do, so I read blogs and all, and I try to learn more tools and that are available. Saturday or
Okay.
Sunday night, whenever I feel ki I'm relaxed, I have all the energy in me, I read that.
Any good blog site that you would recommend for software developers?
A medium is a good one. Whatever people write very elaborately in that on that, so you can always refer it. And other than
Okay.
that, there's one dev.io community. You can check dev.io or dev.to
Dev
community.
two.
Yes,
Dev
you
dot
can
Dev.to.
check.
two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check there also. And I just search whatever I want to learn. I search that, and the top articles that come up mostly that.
Okay. And like if you need to learn a new technology, let's say you don't have any experience with that tech, how do you go about it? Like where do you learn from it? And let's say you don't have much time to learn it as well, because it will be used in an ongoing project.
I try to use up my weekend during that time very productively, because obviously you have your present tasks also to do. And if I have to learn a new technology, I generally used to go on YouTube and read their documentations, or go to YouTube and watch videos based on that. That was my go-to approach.
Okay,
And
got
as I
it.
said, always maintain notes. It helps.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. Thank you, Deep.
There is, wait, Ritesh, there is one more interesting question which Chetak has asked in the chat. That
Uh-huh.
is, what's your sky as the limit after Google?
Yeah. What's your future plans? Now, like Google हो गया, तो अभी क्या करना है?
As I said, it's not the end, and my actual aim is to be a good developer. Like I should know every stage of it. I should be able to do, like I should be able to do everything on my own. I should be able to design. I should be able to write code. So that is still the journey that I am taking, and let's see where it takes me.
So you're planning to be like on screen for the next Google I/O.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, but let's see.
Okay. And any take on DevFest? Anything you want to say about that? Because it's currently going on and stuff.
No, I haven't watched it, so I don't
Okay.
have much to say.
Okay. And one thing I do want to mention, like Devjit, you did mention it pretty clearly. Do you want to mention it?
Which one? Shomikda one?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Shomikda is saying, hearing Shomikda say that he's inexperienced
Yes.
and it's weird. It's
It's
like,
making us
where are
feel
we?
so,
We are
yeah,
feeling like total
Yeah,
noobs actually.
there is so much.
Existential crisis incoming.
Plus
No,
one, yeah.
no,
anxiety. Like we are just taking 2 3 anxiety pills right now.
no,
Arre,
no, no.
bro,
It's
but I am inexperienced. Arre.
I okay. So you have like you all are in college only. You have not even started, but you will be reaching there after a time. Inexperienced. What I think what he meant is in company, but actually in development field or in software field, there's so much to learn. Like अभी भी I can't say that मेरे को सब आता है. There's so much to learn. Even people who are of 10 years of experience, they are always learning something. So I'm also inexperienced because मैंने भी just 3 years पहले ही start किया है. Soumik is also, and you all should be ready कि हाँ पढ़ना है, सीखना है. If you go with that approach, you will always succeed. You always should be कि हाँ सीखना है मुझे.
Well, that's really great. So thank you everyone. Thank you for them. Thank you Dee for giving us so much time. Like we
Sure.
did took we did take more than 2 hours, I guess, or 2 hours. Yeah, we did take 2 hours. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience for bearing with us for so many days while we were
No
giving you all
issue.
the
I'm
questions
always
that we have
available.
registered with and everything. So thank you for all that. And thank you most of all to the audience who have been with us, and they are supporting us as well in this initiative. And thank you, Swamigda, again for the first session. Okay, so looking forward to have more sessions with you guys, and looking forward to have more sessions like this. Okay, so
Yeah.
Ahana, I guess we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so I will be like leaving, and I will be like we'll be all going off stage. We'll be leaving Ahana so that she can wrap it up. Okay,
Sure.
so thank you
Yes,
everyone.
yes.
Thank you
Bye,
for being
everyone.
there.
It was a
Thank you
great
for
Thank
session.
you, Dee, very much. It cleared out
thank
a
you,
lot
Thank
of
you,
our
Dee.
doubts.
Yeah, it was a great session. Bye, everyone.
thank you,
बस
Dee.
अभी आपसे रेफरल लेना बाकी है.
या बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे थे वैसे रेफरल रेफरल करके.
Always, you can always search me on LinkedIn, and if you want to reach out, you can always reach out. I have tried to answer every person's question on LinkedIn, so you all can come and ask there if
And take
anything.
tips from Didi on how to speak.
मैं तो अभी
On
Yes.
connection request भेज रहा हूँ. And it's
I
sent.
I sent while the meeting was on. I searched
हमने
for
भी
it.
भेजे.
I said in the first minute of the meet.
I check.
Yeah, there are gonna be a lot of like connection requests now.
Yeah, I know.
So thank you everyone. I guess it's time to go off stage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you,
Bye,
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
bye.
Dee.
Thank you very much, Dee.
Thank you, Swami Vesam. Thank you, Dee.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Didi. It was a great session.
All
So yeah, we will wrap up the session. Thank you everyone for joining in, and please leave your reactions, your feedbacks in the chat box. And also, Dee, thank you so much for giving us such valuable advices. It really, really means a lot to us. Thank
always
you.
available. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.